So we talk about ourselves. So Together TV is the UK's social purpose broadcaster. We're the only UK channel entirely dedicated to inspiring our viewers to do more in their lives and more in their communities. And we work with the leading broadcasters, TV platforms, digital giants, advertising agencies, and press to promote what we do. When we were a trading arm owned by Media Trust, the board were very keen to refocus the charity on its core delivery, which was much more around the volunteering, securing volunteers from the media world to support charities. And as part of that, 2015, they said, right, Media Trust really needs to focus on its core activity. And so what we needed to do was really reformulate our model to grow and be more self-sustaining and go from there. We embedded charitable objects into our constitution for the first time. We committed to being a non-for-profit, which is why we became a charitable community-owned organisation. So, we're not only a cooperatively owned CBS, we're a charitable CBS. It took us a year to separate, reconstitute, put a new board in place, set up a new trading arm, sort out our first half-year accounts, sort out SITR, sort out our VAT whilst continuing to run the channel and exit and get new digs. So that's really what the community shares enabled us to do. It gave us the initial capital. It gave us working capital, and we then issued 230 shares with share packs with share rewards. Investors that bought higher amounts of shares, say 500, between 500 and 10,000 pounds worth of share, say 500 to 10,000 pounds worth of shares. The social investment tax relief was very attractive in order to secure their investment. And a few people have claimed it back. I'd say people at lower levels are not in a position to do self-assessment, so it doesn't affect them as much. The thing that would make life a lot easier would be more of a self-service model or adaptive model, where when we secure additional share investment, we can just keep adding it to our overall share register. Maybe if there's more like dynamic share register that would be online, where we can just add line by line, and we can get kind of maybe like approval by default, which is a bit more like how gift aid works, whereas basically you put it through and it's not questioned, but it could be turned down by exception. So where I am at the minute is I'm going to have to we've had a couple more people buy shares in the channel. I have to reapply completely for social investment tax relief, and that's about eight documents. I know it's going to take me an afternoon to do it, whereas with gift aid it takes me 10 minutes because I just stick it one by one in a schedule, stick it in a HMRC, and it's done, and it's paid very quickly. Our revenue model is largely driven by our trading income. Our trading income goes into our trading arm, Together TV Limited. That in turn pays, funds what we do through our parent CBS for our charitable delivery. Our commercial revenue we're generating through TV advertising, I would say is funding around 90% of our income. Our other contra and paid income is probably the 8%, and we're currently doing probably around 2% through donations and kind of other generated income. It's taken us 3 years to achieve a profitable model. We needed to basically reboot and rebrand the offer to be much more audience friendly. We wanted to grow our audiences significantly across TV and digital, and then we invested very modest amounts, but enough to do things properly in the first instance to basically rebrand, reboot. So looking at everything from our content and audience strategy through to content strategy and impact strategy, through to our name, our branding, our brand DNA, our digital partnerships, our digital content, and so the share raise and donations enabled us to do kind of phase one of that. COVID has affected us quite a lot. However, we have budgeted pretty prudently, so we're not in in the kind of immediate financial issues that a lot of charities are in. A lot of charities are facing kind of immediate solvency issues over the next 6 months. We're not, but we're looking to invest more heavily this year. I think our expenditure is probably going to go up by 50 to 100,000, 50 to 100,000 pounds ahead of what we've budgeted, because we have been spending more during lockdown to support our viewers, and we want to spend more to crew up and resource what we're doing a bit more this year. So we'll see how this year goes. Hopefully, if the ad market recovers and we're able to grow income across a couple of other lines around donations and some services we want to do, we might have another break-even year. We adapted to working at home pretty quickly. We brought in some additional resource because we launched a COVID support campaign. We basically worked with Public Health England and Mutual Aid UK in the early stages of COVID. We launched a campaign called You're Not Alone to help our viewers who are vulnerable and needed support. And we worked with Mutual Aid UK to build the first mutual aid map on our website. So we started plotting by hand where all the mutual aids were. It started with kind of 400 groups and very quickly became like 2,000 and just kind of grew and grew. Eventually, Mutual Aid they had some help to build their own one, but for a while, for the first couple of weeks, we were the top UK search result for Mutual Aid UK. So people could find out where their local mutual aid was through our website. We also launched a phone line on telly. So we said, if you want to get in touch, please do. So we then had hundreds of people get in touch. But yeah, looking ahead, we are really looking at our impact model. We've been working with all the PSBs. We are talking to the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Viacom about how they measure the impact of their seasons and social purpose campaigns. We need to motivate viewers to go and do things. And through many years of running surveys and testimonials and case studies, is that what people really respond to is content that offers local, practical, achievable, relevant things for them to do where they are. They don't want to be overwhelmed by massive global issues, which are unsolvable. So people will watch and learn from a documentary on global climate change, but if it's so far removed from a practical action, doesn't do anything. And also, if you just show pure entertainment, it doesn't do anything. So the kind of sweet spot for content is that mixture of entertainment, knowledge, learning, instructional. So we show a lot of programming from BBC Two, Channel 4, a bit from Sky, Discovery, people with entertaining, relevant, doable stuff with takeaway, basically. And that's the kind of programming people respond to the most, to be honest. Around topics that you would see people joining in local community groups for, exercise, to arts and crafts, to history and heritage and DIY, befriending, a lot of stuff around that. So that's kind of quite bread and butter stuff for us. And we've been looking to do kind of more long, what you'd call volume-driven stuff. So long-running series, a lot of presenter-led series, and people really engage in that and take up new subjects. And we bolt those together with national campaigns people can do. So if it's around gardening or health or well-being or climate change or nature, things like that, we work with organizations like Friends of the Earth or Campaign to End Loneliness or Grow Wild or Get Creative to give onward calls to action for people to do. And then you go from TV onto our website or onto our social media or onto their websites, and then you get activities to do where you are. If you have a TV set and you tune into either Freeview, Sky, Virgin or Freesat, you can watch us. We're on Freeview 88 and 89. We're on Sky 170. We're on Virgin 269 and Freesat 164. If you don't watch linear TV, you can find us on the My5 app, where we have a small selection of our content on demand, or through our website, where we have a larger selection of our content on demand. If you want to catch us online, you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, where we publish short form videos each month. Some of it taken from shows, some of it instructional videos from some of our partners. We want to be in more places, reaching more viewers, encouraging them to do more and to participate in a big new behavioural change program that we're launching that will hopefully engage people to create new habits, take up new things they've always wanted to do, and go out and do more in their community.